The money in your bank account doesn't really exist. That's not a conspiracy. It's the truth no banker wants you to understand. If everyone walked into their bank tomorrow to withdraw their cash, the global financial system would collapse within hours.
Wait, what do you mean the money doesn't exist? Isn't it sitting there safely in the bank?
That's the illusion and the foundation of modern banking. What you're about to learn is the biggest magic trick in economic history. Centuries ago, gold was real money. People stored it with goldsmiths, the earliest form of bankers, for safekeeping. In return, they got a paper receipt, a promise to redeem gold later.
So these receipts became the first version of paper money.
Exactly. People started trading those receipts instead of actual gold. But here's where the trick began. Goldsmiths noticed that people almost never came to claim their gold all at once. So they started issuing more receipts than gold in their vaults. If they had 1,000 coins, they'd issue 2,000 in paper notes and lend those out at interest.
So they were literally lending money that didn't exist?
Yes. And that became the seed of fractional reserve banking, the system that rules the world today. In 1694, the Bank of England was founded, not to serve the people, but to fund the king's wars. It lent money it didn't fully have in exchange for interest to the government.
And who paid back that debt?
The people, through taxes. That's how debt-based money began. Governments borrowing imaginary money and taxing real citizens to pay it back. The U.S. later adopted the same model. Banks printed more notes than they had gold to cover. When people demanded their money, the system collapsed. That's how central banks like the Federal Reserve were created, not to stop the trick, but to stabilize it.
So instead of ending the illusion, they built a bigger illusion to protect the smaller one.
Exactly. The illusion became policy. Let's bring this to today. You deposit $100 in a bank. You think it's sitting there, but the bank only keeps a fraction, maybe $10, and lends out the rest. The borrower spends it, someone else deposits it, and the cycle continues. That $100 turns into $1,000 across the system.
But where's the real money?
Only the first $10 ever existed. The rest, pure debt. And here's the kicker. Since 2020, the Federal Reserve reduced reserve requirements to zero. That means banks don't need to hold anything against deposits.
So they can just create as much money as they want?
In theory, yes. The only leash now is a set of international rules called Basel, made by unelected officials in Basel, Switzerland. These technocrats decide how much risk banks can take. This system creates three inevitable outcomes. 1. Inflation. Because money keeps being created faster than goods, each dollar buys less every year. 2. Perpetual debt. Money only exists because someone borrowed it. There's always more debt than actual money to repay it. And 3, concentration of power. Banks and governments profit from money that never truly existed, while ordinary people lose purchasing power.
So the system needs people to stay in debt to survive.
Exactly. If everyone paid off their loans tomorrow, the money supply would collapse. Economies would stop. You are both the fuel and the collateral. Every major financial collapse, the Great Depression, 2008, bank runs, it's the same story repeating. The illusion cracks, panic spreads, and governments print even more to patch it.
So the solution is just more illusion.
Exactly. Each bailout preserves the trick, but erodes real value. The system can't afford truth, only confidence. Because once confidence dies, the system dies. So what's the lesson? Money is not wealth. Real wealth is land, skills, independence, and resources that hold value when digits vanish.
You mean financial freedom isn't in the bank? It's outside the system?
Exactly. Understand the trick, and you can protect yourself. Ignore it, and you stay trapped in a game where the house always wins. Every crisis whispers the same warning. The money in your account is a promise, not a guarantee. And promises can vanish overnight.